Good morning, everybody. This is Henry Melindy, and I am the owner and partner, one of the partners at E Product Mine, or E equals PM. This week, for my marketing email, I typically send out, I've been hearing a lot of questions from you guys, you dealers across the state of Florida, really asking some pretty good questions. And so instead of just typing out an email like I typically do every week to let you know what's going on, I figured that I would put together a very, very brief video to answer some questions, bring some clarity, and to further introduce ourselves, making sure that you guys know that we are available out there if you are needing quality solar leads. So I'm just going to jump right in and get going with it. The number one thing that we hear a lot is, what makes you different? There's a lot of skepticism out there for lead providers. Everything from the home advisors to the energy sages and, all of the big ones that are out there trying to push you guys a certain amount of volume of leads. That's all fine and good. And I can't really speak for anything that anybody else does, but I can tell you that everything that we do is internally generated. We run advertising out there for a general solar interest, no specific product hook, such as product or circumstance hook, such as veterans get free solar or free solar in general. Indeed, everything that we run out there as far as our campaigns are geared towards a general solar interest. So when the individual opts in, you're going to have somebody that is raising their hand for more information, ultimately a consultation and a sales opportunity for you. So, and I'll get into the leads a little bit more, but as to what makes us different, we're local guys. We're based right here in the Orlando area. We like to meet face to face with many of our dealers. We are available and open. You can come to us with certain, obviously, there are certain circumstances that you run into all the time. So if you have questions about circumstances based on a lead that you've received from us, we're always available. And we understand that this is a relationship game. We're going to be successful if the product that we're offering to you guys is a good product and you guys are successful, because then you will be repeat buyers. There is no sense to operate any other way other than to stand by your product. And we do an awful lot in the way of targeting, a more affluent individual who tends to have a little bit of a high credit score because of our targeting is the first step that we do. And, it works out. We get a lot of qualified interest out there. So anyway, as to what makes us different, we just feel like we do a better job, to be perfectly honest with you, but the proof is always in the pudding. And you go through a vetting process with any lead provider that you begin to create a relationship with. We're just looking for a foot in the door in order to be able to prove our worth to your organization. So moving on, basically I touched on this. This is a very small pool in the state of Florida that we're all swimming in. Word will travel fast. And so that has helped us out tremendously, because through word of mouth, we've been able to gain an awful lot of, clients like yourself. We actually owned a solar company at one point. Making it very brief, I was approached by some solar salespeople in the beginning of last year who asked us to generate some leads for them in the space. They were able to make a lot of sales. Before you know it, we were in business with that group, as well as a general contractor, that friend that I had. We set up shop in Longwood, Florida, and within 8 weeks, we pushed $1.5 million worth of approved financing through our shop. We were buying our product from UMA. And just as soon as it started, there was a straw that broke the camel's back. We started to see a little bit of the writing on the wall with the salesperson, who ended up being a little bit of a bad seed. And in one particular week, we dropped 60 booked appointments in the South Florida market, and I didn't know about it until Friday. So needless to say, we left that relationship. Me and my two marketing partners left that relationship, and we started to work direct. First, we worked within the UMA network of dealers, and that got us started into meeting people throughout the state. And then we also operate outside of the UMA network of dealers. So that got us started in lead generation in a big way in the state of Florida. As I said, we generate all of our leads in-house. We do not buy any list or call center traffic. All of our leads are generated through targeted via social media and internet opt-in. We tend to target a higher wage earner, as I said, and folks with more expendable income. This always allows for better credit rating typically and more successful sales. We have multiple levels of filters to weed out non-homeowner and renters, situations you're not interested in, such as condos and all of those items. And obviously, we go by the motto, when you're successful, we are successful. So what is your offering and pricing? It's pretty simple. It's basically market rate for the most part. We're a little more expensive than some. We're a lot cheaper than a few. So, the exclusive solar lead that we are really, having a lot of success with is a $35 per lead. It's 100% exclusive to your operation. It's not sold to anybody else. There's a 10% return for certain instances, such as, someone is reaching out to you for a job, maybe, or some things of that nature. Bear in mind, we also have the filters in place so that we're eliminating, first and foremost, the non-homeowner. So you are guaranteed a homeowner, and you're guaranteed to have this particular individual have requested more information via internet opt-in. So they are requesting a phone call, a in-home consultation. They want to speak with somebody because they are a buyer. The shared or competitive lead runs for $25 per lead. It's shared with a total of 3 dealers. There is a 10% return cap on that as well. The guaranteed homeowner, you're guaranteed a homeowner and guaranteed to have requested more information via internet opt-in. Now, your selling price should be something that should be discussed and considered if you want to purchase shared opportunities. In a given territory, if you are the high price, obviously, if you're selling the product higher than your competitors, obviously you may not want to purchase a shared opportunity because price point is looked at first. In that situation, you may opt to choose the exclusive lead option. Now, if you are very price competitive and you're feeling really good about the price that you're offering, then you may very well opt for a shared lead instead of exclusive, because price point is competitive and you will be considered based on the price point, obviously. So that's the difference between exclusive and shared. Moving into our next, lead volume has been a question that I'm asked quite a bit. We generate a lot of leads. We have targeted over 1 million people. We've spent $96,176.91 to target that many people, and from that have generated, close to 11,000 leads. So, with that being said, and this is since the beginning of this year, dating back to last year, we're looking at probably about 25,000 plus leads. So, we do have the volume in certain areas, depending on how much competition is there. We'll just have a conversation and I'll be able to let you know what the volume expectation would be. So, rest assured that we can certainly iron that out for you. So how do I test this out if I put myself in your shoes? Well, first off, there are no minimum buys or specific periods of time commitment, meaning if you wanted to try to vet us, with 15 leads piped over in a given week, they're all sent in real time, and you're not obligated to any specific amount of time. With some lead providers, sometimes they try to rope you into a 3-month commitment, etc. There is nothing like that with us. So you purchase a par level amount of leads to begin and vet them, and you either increase or decrease your par level week to week depending on your needs. And then again, obviously you would let us know the areas that you would like to be targeted, and we will stay inside of those areas. And that's basically it. You grant us the approval and give us the green light to form a new relationship, and we work to earn the business. So, you can start out with any number of leads that you want, and just kind of vet it for yourself. So in order to get started, obviously, this is my phone number, 407-484-9101, and then my email, henry@eproductmind.com. This last link at the very bottom, if you hit any of the links that were previously sent in the marketing emails that I had sent to you, it will direct you to this link. Basically, this is the advertiser